Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to Let's Talk About Sleep. Here's the book of the same name. The link to this is in the description box down below, the Amazon link. But for those who are subscribed, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be sending out a signed copy of this book to a lucky viewer. So keep an eye out for that. If you like these videos, please click like. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this with your friends and family and anybody who may benefit from this knowledge. These videos are just for educational purposes only. They're not meant to supplant or take the place of talking to a provider. Okay? Now, what I've been doing once a month is taking these great questions that people are putting either in the comment section or on my social media and answering them. Okay? So really some great stuff. I have 3 that I want to go over today for this month's video. Again, as I always say, I don't want to use the person's handle or full handle anyway, even though everything is public, not to make it more public. Okay, so just I'll make sure the people who write these questions get to see this video, but I just, like I said, I'm not going to use their full handle. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So Katie commented, "It's not normal to dream the second my eyes close, right? Either while standing, if I sit down, when normally going to bed. This happened my whole life. I never knew it was out of the ordinary." So Katie, yeah, good point. What happens is when we fall asleep, there's usually a 90-minute period from the time we fall asleep to the time that we enter into REM sleep, REM, rapid eye movement sleep. Okay, it can depend on the person, anywhere between 60 to 120 minutes. The point, though, is it's not immediate. Okay, now we do dream throughout the night, contrary to what some other people may tell you, but the dreams that we experience during REM sleep, they tend to be the ones that we remember. They're the ones that are most action-oriented, they're emotionally charged, okay? And we think part of it anyway, why we have REM sleep, is so our body is kind of, or our brain I should say, is filtering out memories or consolidating important ones, okay? But regardless of why it happens, the fact is it does happen, but it should be an hour and a half, 2 hours before you experience it after you've gone to sleep. Now, somebody who experiences that dream sleep immediately, like during naps, for example, the first thing that I think about is, could this be narcolepsy? Okay, so I don't know your history, but what I would tell you to do is talk to your provider about, am I extremely tired throughout the daytime? Do I have disrupted sleep at night? Do I have hallucinations at nighttime? Do I have cataplexy? These are all things you can look at in my other videos for and get better explanation of. But that would be something I definitely want to look into. Is there a family history of this? The other possibility is, could there be another sleep disorder? So not narcolepsy, but let's say you're chronically sleep deprived. What happens there is the brain says, well, I don't want to wait 120 minutes to go into REM sleep. I need REM sleep now to make up for what I've lost. So in those cases, you may have what's called REM rebound, or preferentially going into REM sleep. Okay. Lastly, I would say obstructive sleep apnea could do it, right? If somebody has very, very poor quality sleep at nighttime and they're not staying in REM, when they do fall asleep, boom, the brain goes right into REM sleep. Okay, so definitely something to think about here. Yeah, to answer your question, it's not really normal to have REM sleep or dream imagery as soon as you fall asleep, okay? Especially not standing up. So I would definitely look more into that, okay? Next question. Adam comments, "I was prescribed it," he's referring to trazodone, 10 days ago along with hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine is a older medication, usually in the antihistamine realm. To be honest, I am kind of scared of it. It's 50 milligrams, but I've only taken it 3 days. Actually, half of it. The hydroxyzine alone makes me super groggy. Yeah, hydroxyzine is very similar to Benadryl, diphenhydramine. They're in the same kind of category. So, yeah, definitely drowsiness is part of that. Hydroxyzine may have other properties as well. But let's talk about the trazodone. The trazodone, if you took half of it, 25 milligrams, that's usually what I have people start with. Okay, so 25 milligrams is a very, very, very low dose. So whoever prescribed it to you, yeah, probably what they were trying to do is do kind of a 2-for-1 thing where the hydroxyzine would make you get groggy. The trazodone is kind of there to help your mind calm down, right? So, the combination, they're not going to interact with one another, and depending on what they were prescribing them for, it really could work. But yeah, the thing to watch out for is not necessarily am I going to be hurt by this, but how do I feel the next day? Do I feel groggy? Do I feel drugged? Do I feel hungover? That may be something to explore. Typically what I would do in this situation is maybe say, all right, let's use both for a time, and then maybe wean down or wean off the hydroxyzine. But again, you got to talk to your provider about that. All right, but that combination by itself is not unheard of. Okay, Adam? And then lastly, Freddie comments, this medication, again, trazodone, gave me horrific panic attacks with only 50 milligrams. Okay, so yeah, trazodone seems to be a hot topic. I've heard that before. Okay, I've heard people say that it's giving them panic attacks at 25 milligrams. The point, though, is that trazodone is not for everybody, and people respond to it in different ways, like any medication. Okay, the bottom line, though, is it is safe. All right, now how people respond to that, it depends. Like I said, not every medication is going to work for everybody. What I will tell you, though, is this: is that sometimes when people have too low of a dose, and again, that's a very individual thing, whether it be 50 milligrams is a low dose, whether it be 25 is a low dose, whatever it is. It may be, I've seen this before, where the dose is just too low for it to have an effect on somebody, right? So what happens is they take this medication, they have underlying anxiety or underlying depression or so. They take this medicine, it doesn't really touch them, and what they're left with is what they would have anyway, but they're expecting the medication to do wonders, and it's not. So they're left with a situation, well, okay, it didn't help, and in fact, it seemed like it made things worse. Trazodone can cause these things, can cause nightmares, can cause people to have anxiety the next day, although that is what we're trying to treat, with a medication like this, but, it can happen. What I usually tell my patients is, look, if you have a bad experience with it, if it does cause more anxiety, if it doesn't work, then just throw it out. No harm, no foul. But what's nice about this is it's not addictive. Okay, it's not physically addictive. So you can kind of try it as you need to. Try it on a weekend, let's say, see how you respond, and then go from there. So, you're unfortunately one of those people that just didn't respond well to it. That's okay, but you tried. At least you know now. Okay? So, great questions, guys. To all you folks out there watching, if you have similar questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. I will see them all, and I will make a video about them. Like I said, usually about once a month. So that's the video for today. All right. Please, like I said, please click like. Please share this with your friends and family. And and until next time, sleep well.